So today I want to talk to you about charisma. Okay, charisma as a word. We have people who have charisma naturally. Somebody who just commands attention. When they say something, people listen. They're naturally funny. They're charming. They are like a magnet. They just draw attention whenever they go. All right, and that thing is rare. It's not something that is out there. Greatness is not rare. Otherwise, if everyone was great, that means everybody is normal. And we all know that greatness is rare and very few people have it. Just like, success. Success is a lot of hard work. That's why not everybody is successful because it involves a lot of things, a lot of you've been there, you're committed, hours, long hours at work, commitment. I just said commitment. I discipline. A lot of discipline is required for you to be great. So it's not easy. It's hard work. Otherwise, if it was easy, everybody would be successful. And we all know that's not the case. The same way goes to charisma. Not everybody has it. I don't have it, you don't have it. It's a rare commodity. It's like gold. Gold, what makes gold so precious is not the fact that it's yellow. What makes gold precious and therefore fetches the a premium price in the market is because it's rare. And that's how the market works. When the supply is low, the demand goes high. And if something has a high demand, that means it's going to fetch a high price. So the law of supply and demand comes into play here. So, just like gold, charisma is rare. And that's why when we see somebody with charisma, it's like a magnet. It's a natural magnet. And so today we are going to talk about charisma and people who have it, and as a result, the kind of a natural phenomenon that they attract around them. Some, if it's a male person that possesses that charisma, the natural ability to just crack jokes naturally, just oozing it. It just oozing it effortlessly. You know how to make people laugh. You know how to bring people together. You know how to just draw attention to yourself. It just comes to you naturally. It is not something that you earn. It is just something that you were born with. You either have it or you don't. It is not something that you gain through sheer effort or learning. They don't have schools out there to teach charisma. So either you have it or you don't. Just like we used to say in high school in biology, it's either you know about a principle or you don't. There's no guesswork, there is no gray, there is no in between. And so those people, they should not brag about having it because it's not something they earn. Um, I have talked in length so many times about national pride or pride that comes that's associated with race or country or where you were born, which I don't think it is a thing. It's not a thing. You cannot be proud to be born white. Cannot be proud to be born in Iceland. You cannot claim that national pride or a pride to race or something like that because it's not something you earned. The thing that you should be proud about is something that you earned through sheer determination. You learned a skill, then you went and put that skill to task or to work, and it produced results. Otherwise, something that you gain naturally, I mean, you should be grateful for it that you have it and others don't, but do not come out here and start bragging about it. or telling people how you're proud that you have charisma, how proud you are that you're white or you're black, or you're born from a particular nationality or a particular race. It's just all futile. It doesn't mean anything. It's empty. Show me a skill, and show that you have accumulated X amount of money or wealth out of that, acquiring that skill, effort, time, all those things, and then you have my respect. Otherwise, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? So it's either you have it or you don't. And so this is the reason why somebody like Andrew Kibe draws a lot of attention, because he has it. That's the reason why we listen to him, and he has amassed such a big following in that space. He commands respect. He commands a big audience. It's because of there's a certain way that he says whatever he says, and he says it in confidence. Confidence is also another thing that comes to you naturally. So either you have it or you don't. Although in confidence you can try to build it by doing something more and more, and you become more confident in it. You learn a skill, whatever you learn how to believe in yourself. You can build on that. Although to some people it comes to them naturally. He has been able to do that because he's naturally funny. It's just he has a way with words. Some people may disagree, and they may want to be emotional about it, talking about, I don't like the way he says whatever he says. Who cares how he says whatever he says? If he says it, like, for example, if I say 1 plus 1 equals 1, that is true. And if I come again and tell you or say 1 plus 1 is equals effing 2, what is the difference? So some people just are riled up. Their emotions are riled up because of how somebody chose their words. But it does not negate the messages being communicated. It does not change what is being communicated. So the reason why we listen, like for example myself, the reason why I listen to Andrew Kibe is because I'm not, I don't, I'm not looking for philosophy. He's not a great philosopher. In Kibe, I'm not. That's not what I'm looking for. Trust me. If I needed some knowledge on philosophy, I would look elsewhere. I'm not looking for a great sage, great knowledge, or a great teacher in him. No, that's not what I see. He is funny. There's some way he says whatever he says, and it comes out as funny. He has that charisma. We just want to listen to him on hours on end, bro. There was a time when he used to do his content when he was in the US. I used to listen to him daily, and daily, religiously, without fail, because he has that charisma. It comes to him naturally. And when some other people watch Kibe and all whatever he has been able to do, some people, it's natural of humans. Some people are going to be jealous of him because they have tried, they make sense, they went to school, they have degrees, they are composed, they have confidence, but they cannot pull crowds like Kibe does. So it's natural. People are going to be rubbed off in the wrong way. And I understand. That's human nature. And so, if you're a Kibe fan, it goes without saying. And I'm not saying we defend him in whatever missteps or mishaps that, or mispicking or whatever um, scandals he gets he gets himself caught up in. I'm not saying we are going to defend his every action, his every misdeed. We have those people who say that a Kibe fan will always defend him. It doesn't matter whatever he says, doesn't matter whether he's right or wrong. We'll all gang up and defend him. The people who follow him are just crazy. I can't believe somebody follows that man. Okay, here's the thing. I don't agree with him on everything. And that's the thing. I don't think there is anybody out there who you can agree with 100% in everything he says, in every move that he makes. Ain't no such thing. But the thing is, every meat comes with a bone. Chew the meat and spit the bones. I'm sure he says a lot of messed up things. Right? He said Kibe is abrasive and he does that intentionally because attention is currency. In this creative space, controversy is it's attention, and attention is currency. You can rage bait, you can say some ridiculous things, you can say some of the most off the wall stuff to rage bait people so that you can draw attention to yourself, because this is what it's all about. It's about attention. It's about drawing attention to yourself for clicks and views. That is just part of it, you know. I'm not going to stand here and say that Kibe has not in some way, shape, or form inspired me to come here and do this, whatever I'm doing. I'll be a lie if I say that. Of course he has. But do I agree with him 100%? No. There are so many things that he says. I'm like, you have just crossed the line here. I don't agree with you on that one. But I pick whatever it's informative, that is insightful for me, and I just discard the rest. People, it doesn't matter what you're going to do. You're going to attract admirers and haters in equal measure. There are people who are going to hate you. Others are going to appreciate you and love your message. Bro, it doesn't matter what the product that you take to the market. It's going to find people who are willing to pay a price for it, who are willing to spend some money on that product. It doesn't matter what it is or how you have packaged it. There's a weird Kibe, I have listened to him for a very very long time, and I understand. Sometime he said that he those all those labels that people give him, he never claimed any of those things. He never claimed to be a manosphere guru or masculinity, red pill. He has never claimed all these things. Just people associate himself with those things or those terms. Even call him misogynistic or chauvinistic or whatever term that you give him. He has never personally, out of all so many years of listening to him, he has never claimed those things. He's just projecting on him. So I'm saying all this to say that. To say what? That we have people who are going to draw attention to them naturally because they have charisma, and Kibe is one of them. Okay, but here's the thing though. You can only be controversial for so long until maybe people become numb, or they want the next kid on the block. So maybe sometime he's going to fade into oblivion, or maybe we'll have some other younger person with a lot of energy that will come up and replace him ultimately. And so many years to come, we'll be talking about somebody we used to know, the name of Kibe. No, that's natural. That's natural. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see this pace, or how he's going to wind up, or how he is going to move on forward after the controversy of Mr. Fueneke and Steve Simpleboy. It'll be interesting. But we all know Kibe is Kibe, and he doesn't care, and he's not going to apologize to anybody. So do not wait for it, because it's not gonna happen. Yeah. And sometimes I think he does that intentionally, trying to piece a lot of people. Um, he has his own reasons, apart from the ones that we obviously stated, because he wants attention to himself. So whether you decide to follow him or not, that's purely on you. Yeah. But so far so good. I don't think he has ever said something that will make me want to, hate him so much to want to distance myself from him or whatever. That I agree with him on so many things. Okay, and I didn't want this to be a Nando Kibe video, but I just wanted to highlight on charisma. We have people who have it and those who don't have it, and we cannot all be the same. We are all different, and diversity is what makes life beautiful. Peace.